Mesenataho nanataho nanataho. Mesenataho nanataho nanatahe. Mesenataho nanataho nanataho. Mesenataho nanataho nanataho. Mesenataho nanataho nanatahe. Mesenataho nanataho nanataho. Mesenataho nanataho nanataho. Mesenataho nanataho nanatahe. Mesenataho nanataho nanataho. Mesenataho nanataho nanatahe. Good morning, everybody, and or good afternoon to a lot of you across the country. I'm coming to you this morning from Courthouse Butte on the backside in Sedona, in the village of Oak Creek area, and it's a beautiful morning. And I want to thank you for coming. And it's a good time for energies, and I'm offering some sage. And you know, this morning it came to me about making decisions, because I've made decisions for my life to do the things that I'm doing, and I'm willing to stand in it and pay the price and do it however I can. And I'm not going to beat myself up for the decisions that I make, whether they turn out in a good way or they turn out in a not so good way. However the outcome is the outcome that's supposed to be. Aho shina se, aho shina wana ho. And I know a lot of you are going through stuff. Some of you are going through divorce. Some of you are going through separation. Some of you are going through job anxiety because you're in a job that you hate. You don't want to be there. You want to be someplace else. Some of you have job anxiety where you don't have a job. And you need to do something. You feel like you need to do something right now, and sometimes all we need to do is sit still and wait and be still and know that Creator is. Aho, be still and know that Creator is. Either we're going to trust or we're not going to trust. Aho. And I'm going to ask you to go deep inside and go inside yourself and ask yourself, why do I beat myself up for making decisions for myself? Whether they're right or wrong or good or bad or indifferent, it doesn't matter. You make a decision, live with the decision. Don't hold yourself hostage over the decisions that you make. Don't hold yourself hostage over the things that you think are mistakes, over things that you think that may be wrong. I have an elder at my lodge at my inipi in San Fernando, California, who says there are no good energies, there are no bad energies, there are only different energies, I hope. So, in that vein, just tell yourself, well, I made a decision that just didn't work out, and that's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. I'm not gonna, cry over spilt milk, because there's no reason to do that. And, we'll just move on to the next phase of the next thing. And what is the next thing? What is the next phase? Aho. What is it? What does it look like? Are you willing to stand in the fire when there's fire? Are you willing to stand in the howling wind when there's howling wind? Aho. And if you take the time to get rooted, to take your time to sink your feet into Mother Earth, aho, and be with her in that way, in a way of, and create a more stable foundation, you can stand in the four winds, the winds when they howl, and you can lose a branch and maybe lose your leaves, but the tree will still be standing. You will still be standing at the end of that storm, Aho. And are you willing to stand through the storm? Are you willing to not feed yourself fear or the fear of others? There are a lot of fear mongers out there, Aho. You see them all the time. They're called CNN, they're called MSN, they're called Mother FNN, you know, some sort of media outlet that's instilling fear in the people, and they're not bringing solution to the table. Aho. We can bring solution to this table by standing in our power, by standing in our root, by standing in our foundation, and making the mistakes that we make, and also patting ourselves on the back when we make a decision that's good and everything turns out well as well. Aho. It's a life of balance. It's a way of living in balance, in a way of living in beauty. And are you willing to live in beauty despite what it looks like? Are you willing to live in balance despite what it looks like? I'm going to move the camera because I just realized that there's a lot of sun in the background, and yeah, you know. So, and that's, you know, I did that on purpose, but because you don't always have to see me, but because you guys know me. But so, you know, stand in the power of your decisions. Stand in the power of your word, palabra, word. There's many that can't stand in the power of their word. They pay lip service and they pay double talk. Do not pay yourself lip service. Do not pay yourself double talk. Stand in your truth. What is your truth? Aho. Are you willing to stand in it? Are you willing to stand in it? You know, I came to Sedona not knowing what things were going to be like for me. And I'm being embraced and I'm being accepted, which is good. But, you know, it still takes a little while to get things done. Not everything is going to happen overnight here for me. And I understand that. And I'm going to live in the decision that I made to come here. Aho. Because I know the place is here where I keep being drawn by my creator, by my spirit, by my guides, by my spirit guides, by my spirit animals. This is the place that I am supposed to be. Aho. This is where the work is going to be done. And chances are I won't be traveling. I'm looking to make decisions this week about whether I'm going to travel to do the things that I've been talking about, because there's been no response from the people out there who I'm going to be traveling for. So saying that, you know, I'm going to move probably in another direction, and I'm going to stand by the decisions that I make. And if I said something and you feel like, oh, you know, he's backing off. No, I'm not backing off. I'm just making a different decision for myself, because when it comes down to it, I'm the one that matters most. You know, I'm the one that matters most. And whether people don't respond or not is none of my business. I'm not going to get into the trials and the tribulations of that. I'm going to move forward in a good way and live in the way of balance, live in the way of beauty, live in the way of the power of the four directions. Aho, shinawana, honata, aho, power of the four directions. You know, and so take time to go out into your yard. Take time to go out into the wilderness, into the mountains, to the beach, to the desert, wherever it is that you can take your shoes off and put your feet on Mother Earth, Gaia, Pachamama, Madre Tierra. Ground yourself. Create a deeper foundation. A deeply rooted foundation is a stronger standing tree. Aho shinawana honata. A stronger standing tree. It's okay to lose a few branches. It's okay to lose your leaves. No big deal. But don't be knocked down by the four winds that frighten you, the four winds that you live in fear of. Aho, what is it? What are those things? And why do they hold power over you? Aho. Have you gone through your life to see what those things are? Have you gone through the subtle energy body to tap into those things? And if you know what they are, why aren't you talking about them? Aho. I spend a lot of time working through the shadow, doing the shadow work and doing the work on those issues in my tissues that have dogged me for a lifetime. And here I am sitting on the red rock in this beautiful place, honoring Creator Great Spirit, honoring Great Mother, honoring the power of the four directions, because I know they care for me. They care for me, and they didn't bring me this far to drop me. Aho. And I didn't come with you, walk with you this far for you to fall away and be dropped as well. Aho. Aho. Are you willing? Are you willing? Are you willing to stand in the root and the foundation and who and what you are, and who and what you have always been? Not in what they tried to create you to be. not in what they tell you that you should be. You know, that's what television is about. Television is about telling you what you should buy, telling you what you should be, telling you how you should live, blah, 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 blah. I don't watch television. I don't watch television. I watch the world. I watch how the world lives. I watch how the world loves. I watch how the world doesn't love. Aho. 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 I want to thank everybody for checking in this morning. I can't see exactly who's on because, you know, there's a lot of glare in the sun still in a funny angle. So, you know, I'm glad that I can share with you all. I'm going to burn a little bit more sage real quick. And I'm going to do go through the morning mantra. And I would ask if you do the morning mantra with me with regard to your hands, with regard to your voice, with regard to intention. What is your intention? And when you set to your intention, do you stand in your intention? Or do you set an intention and start to have self-doubt and anxiety and stress over the intention that you just set? Stand in the root and the fruit of it. Aho. The root and the fruit of your word, palabra, aho, of your intention. Stand in it. Aho. And I will stand with you. I will stand with you. So meanwhile, I'm sitting here on the earth, so I don't have to put my feet flat on the floor. But if you're in a place where you can put your feet flat on the floor, do that. If you're standing up, stand still. I want you to take your left hand of divine feminine, your left hand of receiving. It's the left hand of duality. It's the left hand of the she-man, Sha-man. When you are in alignment, when you are in balance, you are she-man and Sha-man. Aho. This is my left hand, the hand of divine feminine, hand of receiving. I'm going to place this left hand over my heart. I'm going to allow the energy of Mother Earth, Pachamama, Madre Tierra, Gaia, to flow upward into my body, in through my perineum, in through the coccyx, up onto the super highway of the subtle energy body. I'm going to allow it to flow upward into my first chakra, and then to my second chakra, and up into the place of the fire, the fuego, I can and will I do, and then up into the place of the air. I love, I'm loved. I don't have the capacity to love. I don't have capacity to be loved. Which is it? Heart, lungs, air. I love, I'm loved. Which is it? Do you love you? And if you have your hand over your left heart, your left hand over your heart, I'm going to make the assumption, and I was always told never to assume, but I'm going to make the assumption that you love you because you're going through the steps to do this mantra. Aho. Then I want you to take your right hand, the hand of the manifestation, the hand of masculine energy, the hand of giving, the hand of giving, the hand of duality, the partner to the left hand, the partner to divine feminine, the partner, not the boss of, not the slave of, the partner of the divine feminine, the place of balance, the place of unity, the masculine side of the she-man, Sha-man, aho. When you are in alignment and you are in balance with who and what you are, that's who you become. That's who you have always been. Be in the understanding of these medicines, aho. And take that right hand and place it over the left hand, over the heart. And I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to take a breath with me. Inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale. And I want you to repeat after me. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. Repeat. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. Again, I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. Repeat. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. One more time. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. Repeat. I am where love lives, and I am what hope looks like. Yes, you are. You are what hope looks like. You are where love lives because you say so, because you will it so, because it is your intention to be so. Aho shinawana, aho nata, aho shinawana, hey. Aho, aho. What will you bring into your life today? What will you create today that wasn't like yesterday, that won't be like tomorrow, that'll be different tomorrow, that'll be different from an hour ago? Aho. How did you wake up this morning? There is no wrong side of the bed. There is no wrong side of the bed. Oh. We're coming into a time of interesting energies. I want you to understand that those energies can be a distraction next week. Do not be distracted by the energies. Retrograde only means retrospection. Did you hear what I said? Retrograde only means retrospection. Take time to go inside. Take time to be still. Take time to understand and have the understanding, not just for and of yourself, but for and of others. Aho. Repeat after me. Retrograde is for retrospection. Everybody, retrograde is for retrospection. Aho. That's all it, and that's all. Aho shinowanahonata. Aho. So I'm going to ask you to sing Spirit Out with me. I sang it in with a song that I wrote not far from here over on Bell Rock about 4 weeks ago. And it's a song that I'm going to be recording later in August, and along with a bunch of other songs that I'll be putting out a small album. Do they call it album? Do they call it a DVD or CD? Or I don't even know what they call it anymore. But I'm putting these songs out, and you'll be able to purchase them and carry them with you, I hope. So sing with me, yeah. So let's do this. Ne se ne ta ho na ne ta ho na ne ta ho. Ne se ne ta ho na ne ta ho na ne ta he. Ne se ne ta ho na ne ta ho na ne ta ho. Ne se ne ta ho na ne ta ho na ne ta he. Oi shina wa she shina ho de. Oh, I want to thank everybody for coming. I look forward to seeing you folks through the weekend. I'll maybe doing another video tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't make that decision until I'm actually sitting someplace and drumming and doing all of this. So anyways, I hope you have a beautiful day. Remember, be in your retrospection of self, not in the fear of retrograde. Aho, aho. Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, for the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, saying thank you, and thank you for coming.